Hey guys, this is Sam from the Chess Beast, and today we are going to continue the series of Who Says Classical Chess to be Boring. Today we are going to see a game from Miguel Botvinik and Tartakower. This game has been played in 1930s in Nottingham. Well, I must have shown this game quite early because we just celebrated Botvinik's birthday last week. Um, Botvinik was a really great chess player. He was very famous for his chess strategy, and he is also credited for making of one of the greatest chess player of all time, Gary Kasparov. Mikhail Botvinnik has played some brilliant chess games. He has defeated almost a lot of chess players, who were considered to be one of the best of, the best during those days. And Mikhail Botvinnik, was a really very famous personality. He was a Russian grandmaster. And yeah, that's it for his introduction. Let's just quickly dive into the game. The game started with one pawn to d4. I'm sorry. The game actually started with one knight to f3. Actually, it later transposed to the line. So let's just go it in this way: knight f3, knight f6, c4, d6, d4. Yeah. So we get back to our opening line, and this is a sort of King's Indian structure. Black might just want to get this idea rolling in. Uh, Knight b d7, g3, e5. Okay, e5 move is you guys might find it to be a little early for all those King's Indian player because the game actually goes with the g6, putting a bishop on g7 and then later going e5. But with this early move e5, black actually indicates that he's not going to put his bishop on g7, rather he's going to put his bishop on e7 and going into this line known as the old Indian defense, not the King's Indian defense, the old Indian defense. So quite some Indian defense. Right. So that was lame, right? Whatever. So yeah, e5, bishop g2, bishop e7, going for this old Indian defense line. Short castle, castle, just putting the king on safety. Knight c3, developing c6, e4, all very standard line. It is almost the same as the King's Indian defense, but a few differences as because your bishop is on e7 and not on g6. Like if your bishop was on g6 over here, then it would have been much easier for you to play h5 or to play your knight e8 and play f5, which is the standard stuff in the King's Indian defense. But with your bishop on e7, it's not so easy to play actually, right? You have to still get a move g6, f5 rolling, so it takes a little more time. However, it doesn't matter a lot. Queen c7, h3. Okay, h3 is just to take away this square from the knight so that when the bishop comes here, the knight cannot come here and harass it. Rook e8, developing, bishop e3, knight f8, rook c1, pretty much normal development move at 6. And yeah, here white had to make a decision of how to conduct the game, and white went on to play d5. D5 is a very important move because white now decides to close the center. By closing the center, he if you take the pawn, then all right, with this all this either you can take this way or you can also take this way. Sorry, not this way actually, because on this then pawn actually hangs over here. So either you can take on d5, or I don't know, maybe e takes on d5. No, e takes on d5 is also not possible. Yeah, so after c takes on d5, c takes on d5 is the only move here, because now with all the, after that, let me just show you a sample line. Let's go this way. Yeah, after this, and with all these pieces, just rampaging in, and this white should be better here actually. So yeah, d5 is a good move indeed. You cannot actually take on d5, and if you don't actually do on a good day, white might go on to play c5. And let me just clear out some arrows. Let me just remove this one, and let me just remove this one, just remove these stuffs. Yeah, if if black doesn't do anything, then white may go on to play c5, and after you take here, and white may go on to play d6, but not right away. It has to be done with certain precautions, that's necessary, of course. And this is some very general idea which is usually played in this line. And here, as you can see, that because of this bishop on e7, this square is actually checked. So although this move bishop e7 has some demerits, but it is also useful in a lot of ways. So black actually goes with bishop d7, knight d2, and here this move g5. Well, this g5 move is one of those moves which is criticized a lot. Right, g5 doesn't make any sense, because even with normal eyes, even players like us can generally understand. Okay, with this move g5, white actually gets a lot of play right in the king side. With this g5 move, white can actually get his king side pawns rolling, creating more weaknesses on the king side camp. And since black has not played g6 and bishop g7 and not f5 f5 yet, so the king side attack is too slow in this old Indian defense line. A much better line would have been, to just normally develop, like playing a5, just keeping everything close and allowing white to decide what to do. But yeah, g5 is a really ambitious move. And well, on first look, it might not look that bad, but Alekine in commentary mentioned that okay, from now on, black cannot just you know black cannot just stop from being the one who will play the inferior side. So you might pause the video for a second and try to find out how white should take advantage of this pawn move g5. Yeah, I hope you must have tried this. And the move here is f4. The idea is very simple. Like once you have played g5, e5, now if I go f4, then you will have a lot of weakness on your king side actually, right? And all these pieces coming in so quick. White is just, just so better. So white is already better, but let's see how white conducted the win actually. G takes on f4, G takes on f4, king g7. Okay, a better move would have been to play take this, and now play knight g6, so that at least black would have some play for his pawn here. But this move king g7 is an dubious one. And after, well, now you can see that idea what I mentioned few moves back working. F takes on e4, d takes on e4, e5, sorry, f takes e5, d takes e5. And here again it's white to move. What's the move should that white should play? Right, so I think I think that you may have come up with this move. The move here is c5. As I mentioned earlier, the idea of putting the pawn on d5 is to someday play this knight on d5, and sorry, play this pawn on c5 and may go d6, and creating this beautiful passer on d6. And white is generally better in all those cases. Well, there are some exceptions, but of course, most of the cases white is better in that case. Okay, c takes on d5, knight takes on d5. That's a better recapture. I mean, okay, after if he takes here, then not only black can just take on c5 and just keep play a comfortable game, but also these two pawns, the pawns over here will not be as strong as they will be if white goes knight d5. But anyway, black plays queen c6. Black hardly has a move now. He just has to wait and see how white conducts the game. And knight c4, bringing the piece into the game. Knight g6. Well, black now brings the knight into the play, but it's too late now. White is already winning. Knight d6, a good move. The idea is to attack this rook and also pressurize this f7 pawn. And of course, you cannot take this actually, because now white just gets in rook f6. And yeah, that's just it. With all this pin here, and this strong knight, strong rook, queen jumping over to f3, rook to f1, and this Rook to f1, bishop to h6. It's just an easy win for white. Right, so white actually saw it, and he, sorry, not this, yeah. And here white played bishop e6, trying to take this knight away, and takes. Maybe on a good day, once you remove this bishop out, you can capture and may just exchange everything and go into an endgame where you might hold the game. But white is not going, not letting that to happen, and white takes the knight on, sorry, bishop on e7. Well, here you can see some nice decisions made by Botvinik. This is one of the reasons why Botvinik is considered to be one of the father of chess strategy. Well, not father, I must say, but yeah, he's really one of them who has contributed a lot to the chess strategy. Like here, one wouldn't even think before capturing this knight on e8, sorry, rook on e8. But white has so nice plan that once white take on e7, and once black recaptures, first of all, this knight on d6 is a monster, much better than both of these pieces. First, and second thing, the only piece which could attack this knight was the dark square bishop, and with the dark square bishop missing, the knight is simply unchallenged. All right, it's time to get the next pieces into the play, but here Botvinnik played a little, went a little hasty and took on f6. This is a little dubious move. Well, queen f6, queen h5, but still it's winning. Rook g8 is a wrong move. A better idea would have been, to play rook h8, guarding the h5 pawn. When after h4, bishop f5, ef5, knight f4, bishop f4, rook g8, bishop g5, hg5, g4. You know, it's I don't know. It's very unclear position. White has all these pawns rolling up, but black has these two strong rooks, so unclear to say. All right. However, rook f6. Let's just see the end. Knight f5, rook g8, queen h6, just picking up another pawn, and here rook d6, and after rook d8, queen g5 check, rook d8, f6, rook g8, knight f4, queen e7, and black resigned the game. The point is that white is simply threatening to mate on e7, and there's hardly anything that black can do about it. Um, well, here here this was a nice move which I just forgot to mention, that after queen g5 he took on f6, because now he cannot take on back on e8 because he takes, and after f6 he just takes this rook on g8, because now if he takes this, then after rook g6 check he can even take here or even not take, keep on giving checks, and with all these pieces coming out in play, white is completely better actually. Yeah, so that was the game. Sorry, not of that, of course. uh, it was here, so it was a nice strategical game played by white actually. Let's just go through the game once again. Here d5, first of all taking a nice decision to close the center, and then after g5, which was a bad move, of course. White destroyed the king side, got the c5 pawns rolling, and nicely brought in the pieces, and here this beautiful strategical decision of taking the dark square bishop out, and yeah, after all these moves, white just won this game. So yeah, this was the game. Botvinnik really showed some great stuff here. I hope you liked the game. If you liked it, please like the channel, share it, and as it is a new channel, please support us. And if you want to see such chess videos, such brilliant chess games, and if you enjoy them, then please keep on watching the chess piece.